You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.
We hear from a long-time, hard-working Jamaican indie developer. Checked out Steam's Next Fest's VR lineup, and of course, more indie and VR releases. It's one more round of the Lab Video Game TV. Jamaican independent video game developer Glenn Henry of Sprite Wrench Studios talks to us about the company's origins, current projects, and future plans. It was slim pickings for quality VR releases in Next Fest this time around, and I've got a bunch of new and not so new indie and VR releases to highlight. We're getting ready for more freestyle clips. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact at thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow 1 in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a MetaQuest key for Jet Suit, the unique VR and mixed reality shooter in this episode's Game Key giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com. Download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow, on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV during the Sage projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and at cjai.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I am the Sage, and you've just entered the Lab.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow 1. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app, Stream Blue, to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
This episode of the Lab Video Game TV is sponsored by Prism Games.
One very unique VR co-op puzzle adventure is dropping this summer. Arguably, the best VR mech sim is getting a co-op campaign, and a whole bunch more indie and VR releases inbound. It's one more round of the Lab Video Game TV. Damier, Lila, and Ghost takes an innovative approach to puzzles in VR.
Iron Rebellion
is close to its highly anticipated single-player co-op campaign. And we're getting ready for more freestyle clips. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact at thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow 1 in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a MetaQuest key for Interlocked Puzzle Islands in this episode's Game Key giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com and download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow, on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news during the Sage projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and cjai.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm the Sage, and you've just entered the Lab.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow 1. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app, Stream Blue, to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.
Welcome back to one more round of Select Live here on the Lab Video Game TV Live. Special thanks to my viewers on Trovo Live, Twitch, and YouTube. Shout out to my Caribbean family who can watch the TV series of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries on Flow One and also on the Stream Blue app, which is the Caribbean's premium streaming app. Folks in Ontario can check out the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news every Thursday at 4 p.m. during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM. And folks everywhere else can check it out live at cjai.ca. The gaming news is also done in a video format, released usually by Friday morning. It's on YouTube and it's also on the TV series. Today we're going to be checking out a very, very cool pixel art, retro style hack and slash. This one is called SoulQuest. I managed to run through the prologue yesterday and I was very impressed. Even though I am a retro gamer, I'm from the classic era of gaming. Pixel art style, retro style, it doesn't really appeal to me. And you would think that the nostalgia alone would make it appeal to me, but I guess I had my fill of 8-bit and 16-bit and PS1, Sega Saturn style visuals when they were actually a thing, you know. Sometimes I wonder if most of the people who gravitate towards that art style are actually from my era, or they're like the younger generation who is just kind of drawn to this old aesthetic. Maybe it's a mixture of both. Either way, it's not my favorite art style, it's not my favorite kind of game. Like I said, I had my fill of the Ninja Gaidens and the Mario Brothers and the Castlevanias and everything. I'm also a collector. I'm not a collector anymore. I used to collect physicals, but I haven't bought a physical game in a long time. My point is, I am retro. I am old school, very old school. You can tell by my presentation, the sound of my voice, you know, the whole television style that I do and whatnot. I'm retro, I'm old school, and I'm proud of it. I'm just not a fan of retro art style. And my point for this long speech is that although I'm no longer a fan of the retro art style, SoulQuest, I took it for a spin yesterday. I just went through the prologue and I am impressed. It reminds me, it brings me back to the fact that a game doesn't need flashy, modern, real world style visuals to be good. It doesn't, because a lot of releases do have that presentation style, those aesthetics, and they're not good. They're bad games, you know what I'm saying? They're AAA games that are being released with $1 million budgets, and they're bad games. Not all of them. I'm not one of those guys who's bashing everything that's new and saying let's go back to the olden days. No, I don't want to go back to anything. You know, the present is what counts. But there's some $1 million crappy games out there. On SoulQuest, when I went through it yesterday, I was like, oh shit. This reminds me, you know, it has a pretty interesting story. I'm gonna tell you straight off the bat that although the voice acting is good, it still has a little B-movie vibe to it, and the dialogue can get kind of cheesy. The young people say it's cringy, yeah, but it's still good. It's still good, and I just went through the prologue, and I mean, the gameplay mechanics are there. I haven't been that far in it to really get up and, you know, test and, you know, vouch for the gameplay mechanics, but so far the gameplay mechanics are good. But the story, it's really good. Like, it's gripping, and it's kind of shocked to me because I haven't really gone back to a retro style game in a while. I haven't, in all honesty, but now this is like, I need to start checking some more of these titles out because I get a lot of these keys and sometimes I only feature them on the gaming news series. Yesterday I was just like, okay, fine, you know what? I had a pretty hectic weekend. You know, I was really tired. I was tired Monday. I slept a lot and I was feeling a bit burnt out. And I said, you know what? I really can't be bothered to put on a VR headset right now. And I say VR because VR is my preferred way of enjoying this amazing hobby. I love VR games. But VR, there's this production, just to start up a VR game as a production, even if it's on a standalone headset, it's like, you turn it on like you would any other console, but then you have to put this thing on your head. And then I use a lot of PC VR, and there's a PC, and it's just a nice, I like most of my VR experience is standing, and yesterday I was like, you know what, I'm not up to this today. I wanted to see if I could put out some shorts, get some games ready for gaming news this week. And I was like, you know what, I'm really not feeling the VR thing today. So I said, hey, you know what, I'm going to check my Steam library for some flat games that I haven't even checked out yet. And SoulQuest, it's really, really good. You know what I'm saying? It releases officially on the 1st of May, 2026. The embargo is up today, so I'm able to stream today and show you guys a bit of this, but this is going to be amazing. I mean, anybody who's into this kind of stuff, if you're into retro games, if you're into no matter what kind of games you're into, well, particularly story-based games with some action, you're going to love this if you give it a shot. And I'm going to tell you, if you're like me, who kind of snubs the 8-bit and the 16-bit aesthetic, don't. You're doing yourself a great injustice. You know what I'm saying? It's out on PC on the 1st of May 2026. It'll be out on Switch with a release date for Switch to be announced. And that's a good idea, because although it can go on any platform with these aesthetics, I mean, Switch is just ideal. This is great for portable stuff. But by developer, you know, Soul Blade Studio, Thomas Pereira. I trust I'm not butchering your name, Sir Thomas. Yeah, I think it's Pereira is how it's pronounced. Thomas Pereira from Soul Blade Studio, publisher indie.io. A special thanks to Stride PR for hooking me up with the Steam key. Great. Absolutely appreciate it, because if you cats didn't reach out to me with a key for this, it's not the kind of thing I'd have picked up. I'd never touch it. It just passed me by, and maybe I'd see a couple of videos on YouTube, or maybe a lot of videos on YouTube, because I trust a lot of people are going to feel the same way, if not greater, about this experience than I do. And I think I think it's going to do really well. So I'd see videos of it, but you know, like Hollow Knight and, you know, Blasphemous, and there are other games out there, 2D games and retro style games that I've never ever touched. You know, even if I was given a key, I'd feature it on gaming news maybe, but I'd never really play it. It would just pass me by. I'd snub it, and that'd be a mistake, and it'd be a mistake for you to do this as well. There's a demo available on Steam. You don't have to take my word for it. You can check out the demo for yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, like just about any PC should be able to run this. It's not no great requirements. You can give it a shot, give the demo a shot, and if you like what you see, wishlist it and grab it on the 1st of May or whenever, you know. But it's definitely worth it. And thanks again to Stride PR for hooking me up with the Steam key, because like I said, this one would have passed me by. Let's see if I can stop yapping and, you know, get into it. I'm going to run through about maybe an hour or so of this amazing experience. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to take it from the I'm going to take it from scratch. I did the prologue, but I'm going to start over just so you guys can see, you know, what's up. There you go, full screen. It's playable with mouse and keyboard, obviously, but it also has full controller support, which is just the way I like it. Let me see if I can just turn that down a little bit. Turn that to about 20. It's really loud in my headphones, so yeah. So I'm going to click on continue. There's like not really a new game option, but there is a way to go back to the very start, because that's what I want to do. I want you cats to also see the prologue, because the prologue is kind of what hooked me in the first place. I didn't get much further about the story. Hold on a second. Yeah, that was off, wasn't it? Game audio was off. Lucky thing I checked. So just checking. Apologies for the slow start, but yeah, game audio is fine. My mic audio is fine. I'm not here miming. I'm actually speaking. People are hearing me. Let's do it like there ain't nothing to it. So this hub-like area wasn't there originally when I started out, but it's what I'm going to use to take it back from top. Quest 1, hardest difficulty, and yeah, let's do it.
The situation is far worse than I anticipated. Angus, is he back yet?
No sign of the commander.
Damn it! If he was here, this could end in just a moment. Gather the troops, while I lead the way!
That's something I like. Quite a few things I like about the story, but the build-up. It starts off with showing you how reliant, how dependent she is on her spouse, her husband, how much she needs him. That is heavily driven home. So you get that she really looks up to her husband, and she really depends on him for her safety and for the safety of her entire village or whatever this is. It's definitely emphasized how much she needs her husband, and that was smart because that's one of the first things I noticed. I was like, okay, well, it's not really safe or healthy to be so reliant on anyone or anything. Detachment is actually a superpower, and independence is also another superpower. Lady, learn to fend for yourself. The more it went on, the more I realized what they were getting at. Combat flow is really smooth as well. Little tutorial vibe going on, but I've been through this before, so I'm just gonna rush through it.
So, I suppose you are the leader of these sacks of bones? Don't worry, Gwydir. I will protect everyone.
Hey, big guy. Hate to interrupt, but, that's my wife you're trying to kill over there. And no one hurts my wife.
The voice acting and the dialogue. It's really cheesy.
Gwydir! You are back!
It's not bad, it's just cheesy. Anime levels of
I'm
cheesy.
sorry. I wasn't capable of
You did great.
Of course she did. She didn't even need your help.
So long.
You didn't hit me once. I was doing a great job without you. I didn't take a scratch the entire time. I didn't need your help.
Gwydir! You're back!
Hi, kids. Have you taken care of your parents as you promised?
Yeah, we were protecting the entire village when all the soldiers went out.
The entire village? Well, that deserves a special gift.
Yay!
You see, the build up on how important he is to the actual village is key. Good story progression. I like it. No matter how cheesy. I think the voice acting and the dialogue is, it serves a purpose. And it serves it well. It's funny how some parts are voice acted and some parts aren't. Like at one point I was thinking, well, because this isn't voice acted, the villagers and whatnot, then none of the villagers will be voice acted, only certain key parts. But then, nope, it's just kind of random, you know? It's not random, but...
Alice, Commander! So good to see you two unharmed. Will you grace us with your presence at the Sabine?
Of course, Caden. Don't expect us early, though. We want to catch up from all the time we were separated.
It's great to have you back, Commander. I don't know what we could have done without you.
Hey, don't forget who's been leading all your asses in my absence.
I would never. It's just that...
It's okay. I know what you mean. It is great to have the commander back.
Now, if you excuse us, we have somewhere to go before the great festival.
The festival? I almost forgot.
Let's go.
I really like this.
Still remember the path, right?
I really like it.
Of course, to the left and then up the hill.
In that case, I'll race you there.
Wait, that's cheap. And he leaves again.
You know, wall jumping is one of those things that I've always struggled with, even back in the 8 and 16-bit era.
When did you find the time to do all this?
I made the kids set it up on the day of the festival. It's great how much they'll do just for a piece of candy. So, there's anything you want to talk about?
When are you gonna tell me about the time before we met?
I already told you, but you never believe me.
You mean the fable about how you were a prince and all?
It's not a fable. I was a prince, and I lived in a big castle surrounded by the strongest of knights.
Sure, and what was that kingdom of yours again?
It's... complicated. What if we talk about something more joyful?
Gwydir? When are you gonna tell me?
I already told
That was an
you.
accident.
It's not a fake.
Sure.
It's... what if we talk about...
Gwydir? Remember the first time we met?
Yeah, you saved me from that questing beast attack.
Save you? I remember you were the one slaying the beast.
But I was deep in my sleep. I only woke up because of the sound you made trying to defend me.
I'm sure you could beat it without my help.
Perhaps. But seeing you charge toward that beast, knowing you stand no chance, just to save me, that's what made me fall in love with you.
Don't say it so lively. You're making me blush.
You know we are married, right?
The Samhain fire is beautiful, and every year is bigger and bigger.
I thought this was really funny, actually.
Something's wrong.
What do you mean?
That's not the Samhain fire.
That's the fucking village.
We should
Yeah,
get there now.
that was funny.
Yes, I'll get ahead.
You're all gonna pay for this.
Is that all you got? I could do this all day.
Are you hurt? This path is clear. It should lead you to an exit of the village.
Is that all of them?
I don't think so. Something feels off. Alice, get out!
Gwydir!
Get back! This creature is dangerous!
But I can help you.
No! This is way beyond your level! Damn it! This creature! Could it be the... No. There's no time to think any of this. There are still people who haven't evacuated yet. I need to focus all my power in a single controlled blow.
Sure you can.
Sorry, Alice. I really wanted to spend more time together. But I made a promise. I will not let anyone else die! I will end you once and for all with all of my burning soul!
There you go. That was a prologue. Pretty decent prologue in my opinion.
Gwydir! No, 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 no. Please tell me you're gonna be alright.
I wish I could. But you know I'd never lie to you.
I'm gonna go get some medicine. Please hold on.
Don't leave. I don't have much time left. Please, keep everyone safe.
What kind of medicine could you possibly get though? The guy's bleeding through the ears. Come on, man.
Don't give up yet. I don't think I can do it without you.
I know you can do it. You have the heart of a hero. Just don't get close to the gods.
Gods? What do you mean?
See you on the other side. My love. Good.
Gwydir? Gwydir!
Hello? There's someone out there!
What is that?
I need some help over here! Thank you, sweet lady. I don't know how long I would be stuck here if it wasn't for you.
It's okay. I never saw you in the village. Who are you?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm Abanus, a druid from the woods. I came here to warn Gwydir about the danger that was coming. But it looks like I got here a bit too late.
That's an understatement.
You knew Gwydir? I'm sorry to tell you, he died protecting everyone.
He passed away. I'm so sorry to hear that. Were you close to him?
Yes, I was Gwydir's wife.
Oh, sorry for asking.
Wait, druids use magic, right? Is there any way you can bring him back?
Didn't you ever watch Pet Cemetery? You don't want to do that shit.
A little more complicated than that. Let's talk about it at my house. It will be easier to explain there.
See, let me just stop for a second. What I'm saying is, the voice acting and the dialogue and the story, like I said, they're good. They're good and they're solid and they're getting the job done. But when you hear me say it's on an anime level, if you like anime, if you're into anime, you'll probably not see anything wrong with the acting. But I just find most anime performances that I've seen, I'm not an avid fan, an avid follower, watcher, or anything like that. I've seen anime, but it's usually just, in my opinion, melodramatic, overacted, and not very convincing, in my opinion. Well, I shouldn't say not very convincing, because what's happening here does convince me. It's getting the message across really well, and that's why I can still say, regardless of me thinking it's cheesy, that it's good, because it works. It's just that anime level acting just never quite did it for me. But I appreciate it, and it's definitely getting the job done. It's getting the feelings across, it's getting the story across, and it's keeping me invested. Hence why I'm here streaming this today after going through the prologue yesterday, because I thought it was that good and I should share it with as many other people as I possibly could. Here on the Lab Video Game TV, thanks again to Stride PR for hooking a brother up with the Steam key. This is out on Steam on the 1st of May by SoulQuest Studios and Indie.io. And there should be a release date announced sometime for Nintendo Switch. It's SoulQuest. Let's continue.
Alice, the situation with the undead army has become way too dangerous.
What are you planning to do, run away?
We should set up a camp with the refugees and up.
I will not be joining you, Angus.
Why? Without the commander, you're the only one who can protect us.
Get a backbone, Angus.
I found a way to bring him back. I'm not sure if it would work, but I have to try.
Bring the commander back from the dead? Honestly, can't believe such a thing exists. But if the chance exists, you should take it. I'll explain it to the others.
Again, clearly none of these folks watched Pet
Thank you,
Sematary.
Angus. I leave you in charge of the refugees until we get back.
Don't fuck it up, Angus. Yeah. D.
Carnage.
D. I barely got a scratch on me. You guys only gave me a D. It's on the hardest difficulty, and I barely got a scratch on me, and you cats are telling me I got a D. Whatever. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. I think that's a bit harsh, but I'll take it.
Now that we've settled, druids cannot manipulate souls on their own. But there's one entity who can do it. Morrigan, the goddess of death. But gods would never help a human. They despise our existence.
So, I need to beat her in order to help me?
He didn't say that. How did you come up with all that on your own?
Exactly. But that would be
I will do it. As his wife and the strongest knight after him, I have to try.
Can you guys stop a second? Let's be logical here.
Alice, a human will never stand any chance against a god.
I'm saying logic's over emotions, but
I have to try.
she has to.
Fine. But before that, let me test your strength to see if that's gonna be possible. I will guide you through the eyes of my partner to the place of your test.
That's resourceful.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take a sword with you.
Did I have a sword on my back?
Thanks, but I already have one.
There you go.
Remember, Alice, your task is to defeat the Fomorian. It should be at the end of this cave.
Are you sure any of this is necessary?
A while ago you could barely help yourself without your husband, and now you ask if it's necessary. Of course it's necessary.
Thinking on declaring war with the gods? If you are not capable of defeating a simple Fomorian, it means that you are not strong enough to fight the gods. If you are not sure about this, you can come back at any time.
No. I will do it. I have to.
Very well. Take care. Please.
Color palette. You unlocked a new color palette. You can change your current color palette in Abanus wardrobe. I kind of like blue though. No, let me pause for a second. Here's what I'm saying about the story now. You know, like, first of all, logics over emotions. I get it. Her husband just died and she's all raging inside, and there's like a blender going off inside her. You know, there's love and there's anger, there's sorrow. But she could barely, like 10 minutes ago, she didn't think she could live without him and survive without him or fight without him. All of a sudden, she wants to go up against gods. You know what I'm saying? And this, the whole plan, you're going to go up against, the gods despise humans. That's what the guy said. And now you want this huge favor from this god. And you just immediately came to the conclusion that the best way to get a favor from a deity that despises you is to kick its ass. Wouldn't that be kind of pissing it off? Like, I could think about... I'm not promoting begging and praying and groveling, but maybe that'd have been a better choice. So you want a favor, right? So I want a favor from somebody and I'm going to kick their ass in order to get it. Whatever. Whatever works for you, man. Let's do it. And I was barely able to fight before on my own. I was so nervous about being on my own, and now I'm willing to just go up against this. That's just me. I'm always looking for logics. That's all. I never accept things just as they are. Or, you know, told and taught, sold and bought kind of thing. That ain't me.
These creatures again? Focus. This is no time for doubts.
There you go. There you go. Release all doubts, all fears.
Training paid off.
Move forward in faith. Let's do it. Like there ain't nothing to it. What's this? What's this? Abilities. Jump. That's all I got. Oh, but there's like 3 more to be unlocked. To unlock this ability, you first need to bought it from Abanus store. Okay, well, you know, your grammar is a little bit off, sir developer. Just letting you know. Maybe the publisher should have pointed that out, but I'll be the one to point it out. It's not. To unlock this ability, you first need to buy it from the Abanus store, not bought it. Bought is the past tense. But we're arguing semantics, aren't we? I've often been told by my friends, particularly Europeans, people whose first language is not English, that the English language is quite difficult and there are lots of redundant and unnecessary things in the English language. So I heard, you know, a friend of mine from the Czech Republic told me that. So, hey, no love lost, my friend. If I had to speak your language, maybe I'd fuck it up too. Combat. Light combo, heavy combo B. So, hold on. Okay. I can figure it out as I go along. Let's do it, man. Come on. Come on, son. Come on, son. Whoops. Come on, let's go, son. Whoops. Here we go. Come on, son. I like to juggle this boy. This thing's got some really cool juggles. I need to get into them juggling. It brings me back to the old days, you know, Street Fighter and whatnot, and Tekken. I don't...
Alice, look out!
For what?
What is that?
Looks like a magical barrier.
I've seen one before. Nothing new.
Seems like you need to fight your way out of the barrier.
Understood.
This keeps getting harder and harder.
Understood, actually. Let's do it. Stop complaining about hardships. Struggles are here to make us stronger. Whoops! Okay, let's... Yeah, them juggles. I need to get up on them juggles, you know? Juggling like a circus clown. Whoops.
job, Alice.
Oh, you like that?
You're definitely getting stronger.
Am I? Still says C though. You know what I'm saying?
So, that means that now are you going to help me?
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First,
Patience.
we need the Fomorian, and then I will help you.
Fine. I want to do it anyway. I need to know if I'm really going to be capable of doing this.
There you go. Logics. The emotions go down. The logics go up. Emotional intelligence. You see, I saw this silly post on social media the other day where this lady was saying that people say that women are too emotional to lead. And her response was, well, isn't emotional intelligence required? One of the greatest elements of leadership. And while that may be true, and I'm not saying women can't lead, that argument was very foolish because emotional and emotional intelligence are the polar opposites. They're two completely different things. Emotional intelligence prevents you from being emotional, but I guess she's just one of those social media people attempting to look smarter than she really is. But this lady is getting more emotionally intelligent. Now she's admitting that she really does need to find out if she can do it. I'm loving this pixel art style, my friend. Loving it. Oh. Oh, Jesus. I didn't think that would really help me. Okay, but okay. First. I mean, if you say you're helping, man, this is video game logic right there. You know, if you're going to help me, and you see the severity of the situation, you know, the dire need for me to succeed. If you're going to help me, why is it that you're selling me stuff? Why just give it to me? Jesus, does everything have to be so... Double jump. Okay, I can't afford jack, but yeah. Okay. Air recovery, that's good. HP boost, that's also good. But I'm looking... Hold on. I don't need air recovery right yet. I need a double jump for air dash. I need all this stuff. Let me go work a little bit harder and I'll be back. What we got here? Let me go work a little bit harder and I'll be back. What we got here? Million stab. Spiral dive. This is some good stuff. Tornado. Good stuff. This is all good stuff and I'll be back. Because I can't afford anything right now. Everything is above my pay range, my pay grade. So I'll be back. But let's do that save thing though. Quest 1. Quest 2. Okay. That's cool. Hold on.
Now that we've settled, druids cannot manipulate cells on their own.
Oh,
but there's
shit.
one entity who can do it.
Couldn't you have at least prompted me and asked me if I was sure? No, I have to do it.
The goddess of death.
Developer. I promise you, I'm not being a whiny bitch.
So,
But
I need to be...
Exactly. But
I will do it.
what?
no, come on,
You
guys.
have to...
Come on.
I will guide you.
That's...
Okay, shut up. What I'm saying is, developer. I get it. I'm not the cat with 1 million subscribers and viewers and whatnot, so maybe my opinion does not count. But if it does, I'll take a shot at this anyway by giving you my opinion and my suggestion. That was bullshit. That was total fucking bullshit. Now I'm going to have to do Quest 1 all over again. There should be a prompt that says, are you sure you want to restart Quest 2? That was an accident, man. That was an accident. No prompt, no warning. No, I just have to do all that shit over. No, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. That's not cool. I get it. Maybe a bunch of other people have to jump up and say that it was bullshit before it actually matters, because apparently there's strength in numbers. But, you know, that's bullshit.
Resourceful?
That's bullshit.
Dangerous to...
And it's coming from somebody who really hates to do things over. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, Alice.
This is bullshit.
Sure.
This is bullshit, man. This is annoying.
You're not sure.
No.
Very well.
That's total and utter fucking bullshit.
These creatures again. Focus.
That's what I'm saying too. Again? Because we have to fucking do it all over again. Jesus Christ. This is one of the reasons I never liked the roguelike genre to begin with, because the premise of a roguelike, the foundation of a roguelike, the basis of a roguelike is to keep doing the same thing over and over like a crazy fucking person. It's just that you're not getting the same results in a roguelike. And yes, I see, this gives me an opportunity to get some more currency, but that's not how I wanted to do it. There should have been a warning. There should have been a clear warning of what was going to happen. You know?
Alice, look out!
That was bullshit.
What is that?
Looks like, seems like.
Ugh, this keeps getting harder and harder.
Good job, Alice.
Thanks.
Now, little. Alice, look! You can use this type of portal. It's quite useful if you want. Or you can.
The reason why I clicked on it by accident was because I was looking for the save point. Okay? Because I still don't know if obviously it did not automatically save. Well, maybe it did and I just restarted, but I'm just saying. So, let me see.
Alice.
I sped through this. There were 3 options and
So, what can I do for you?
What you got? I won't press the button again. Okay. Let's make me stronger. How about the... Never mind. Okay, so he ain't offering many saves.
In case you need anything.
That's fine. I'm going to stay away from this board because I really thought this was where I was supposed to save. Okay. Wardrobe. You can use the wardrobe to change your color palettes as well as to modify pet designs. Unless the pets are like the pets in Torchlight and such experiences. Pets that actually serve a purpose. Okay, other than just looking fucking cute, then I don't care about my pets. Everybody and everything needs to serve a purpose, including your pets, including your children, including your so-called friends, associates. Every living thing needs to serve a fucking purpose, because even inanimate objects serve a purpose. If you don't serve a purpose, then you're part of the problem. To travel to the void. In the void is a unique place where you can train your skills against all enemies. Good. Okay, wardrobe. Let's see the colors. I kind of like purple anyway. Gwydir. Isn't Gwydir dead? Input code. You see, I don't want to go press the wrong button and then something stupid happens again. But fine. Color palettes. Pets. Color palettes. Let's click on normal. Okay, so Gwydir's. What do you mean, though? So I take on Gwydir's, my husband's color. Oh, her husband's color palette. Let's get that shit straight. Okay, that's okay. I like blondes. I'm cool with the blonde. This is where you save, correct? Come on. In the void, so this is the void. You can access new settings in the pause menu to customize your training to your liking, as well as select which enemy you want to train against and a meter that shows you the accumulated style of your combos. Okay, so it's the gym. I don't really want to do this though. I'd like to leave. Okay, I just like to leave. I got nothing to learn here. Continue void. I just don't want anything stupid to happen. Okay. I don't want to, I may click exit and I exit the actual game. I don't want that to happen either. Let me just make sure there's no other way out of the void. Then I'll click exit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing is getting me out of the void. Fine. So it must be exit. Exit will get me out of the void. Please don't shut down the entire fucking game. How else could I possibly get out of the void without doing this? Okay. Jesus Christ. Perfect. I appreciate that. All right. So then I'm going to I just have to assume, they say assuming makes an ass of you and me, but at this juncture, if I'm not going to assume, I'm going to presume that it's saved automatically. But no, nothing saved automatically. Once I enter that save thing that looks like a Stargate, I'm going to have to restart. That's this. Oh, now I'm getting it. Now I get it. Now I get it. And I don't like it.
Hi, Alice. So, what can I do for you?
I don't like it.
Sure, take a look.
I don't like it. Okay, double jump. I can afford a double jump. And I can afford a million stab. Tear down your enemies with lightning speed. Attacks after using piercing cut. Okay, let's take that. Fine. They don't even... Again, you should ask if I'm sure. Because it's possible to do that by accident. And there's no undo button. So I'm just saying, developer, a little prompt. Are you sure? It helps. I promise you. Sometimes those are you sure prompts can get annoying in certain instances where they're irrelevant and not very useful. But there's 2 times so far in this engagement where I see where you could have implemented an are you sure prompt. That's all I'm saying, because all the money's gone and there ain't no fucking refunds. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so good. Okay, so I don't have to start back from scratch. Okay, but what I'm saying is, hold on, let me pause. What I'm saying is, just so you know, folks watching don't think I'm just a whiny, complaining bitch. I shouldn't have. I wanted to be able to save to this point. So I thought that when I went into this Stargate, I'd be able to save, exit the experience, and start back right here as a checkpoint. I'm not sure that's what really happened, because if I go to that other screen where it shows you the quests, and I click on Quest 2, it doesn't say Quest 2, Level 1, Quest 2, Save 1, Quest 2, Checkpoint 1. It just says Quest 2. And if you click on Quest 2, you go back to the start of Quest 2. So this is what I wanted the save point to be. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's something I'm missing. This is just an observation. Streams are kind of like live reviews, so let's consider this a live review. And in live reviews, there's going to be a whole lot more. There are going to be a whole lot more errors than a pre-recorded review. Okay, we're going to have to get back some of that paper. What the fuck? Okay, let's do it. Let's do that million stab thing. The million stab. How do I do the million stab thing? They said after a piercing. You see, I don't particularly remember the names of my attacks if I even ever knew them. So that doesn't really help. Guess I'm going to have to... This is like trial by fire, I suppose. Okay, hold on a second. Million stab. Move. Combat. Light combo, heavy combo, air combo, high impact. Piercing cut. After a piercing cut, perform a rushing attack that sweeps up surrounding enemies. So that's B and Y. And after B and Y, I press Y again. Copy that. I like it. I like it.
More and more creatures are attacking in groups. Something must be causing all of this, but what?
Easy. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this thing here? Checkpoint? What is it? Okay. Mario Brothers shit up in here. I like it. I like it. I like it. Whoa! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I'm thinking though, checkpoints. Easy. Easy! Those rocks should hurt you as well, though. It does! They do! They do! They do! Excellent! So the rocks aren't just for me. The falling boulders aren't just for me. Fuck! Jesus! That was... Ah, what's this? What's this? What's this? Hold on. What? Oh. Oh. That helps. That definitely helps. Whoa! Hey, hey! Jesus! Fuck! Very, very forgiving. Very forgiving checkpoint. Hold on a second. Oh, because I was saying the platform wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I kind of love it too. One. Easy now. I was beginning to sound a little bit sexual. Easy now. Think about the kids, the children. Okay, let's see where the respawn takes us and how far back we will have to go. Great. Excellent. Well, you know, I did put it on the hardest difficulty, so I had it coming. I had it coming. I had it coming. Gotta love them air juggles. Gotta love them juggles.
More and more creatures. Something must be.
You know, that kind of implies that there's something down there, that slope. You know, maybe I should just... Yeah, okay. Well, okay. I guess there is something down there, just nothing helpful. So the platforms keep coming back. That doesn't really help me with my situation, however, because... No, you can't actually. Yeah, like I said, I don't think you can. But I applaud your confidence, however. Sometimes delusions are required for achieving goals, so I get it, but you can't do this all day. Hold on there. That green thing. No? Not all green things generate energy, okay. Okay, that's kind of rough, but I did put it on the hardest difficulty, so I had it coming. Cash is good, but I need health because I'm not doing too well. An air dash would also be helpful. Just saying, I'm gonna have to purchase that. Totally get it. Jesus Christ, totally get it. Okay, one more hit and I'm out. Jesus. Fuck, did you get up from that? Whoa. Yeah, that's kind of rough. That is kind of rough. Okay, well. Based on my schedule, I'm going to have to call it for today. It's been good though. Let me see where it goes if it exits the entire game. No, it's fine. This is exactly where I needed to go. So yeah, it's a short one today, but I promised an hour and stream is about an hour in. It's SoulQuest. And so far, you know, pretty good. I gave the prologue, well, not the prologue. I was about half an hour in yesterday. I just took SoulQuest for a test run and I liked it based on the prologue, and I still do. It's really challenging, but I had it on the hardest difficulty, but it's still pretty good, and it has my recommendation so far. As you can see, this is as far as I've got, so if 2, 3, 4 hours in, it has some flaws, well, you know, don't hold it against me. This is what it is. It's a, let's call it a second impressions stream. Yeah. But SoulQuest will be released on the 1st of May 2026. It'll be out on Steam. And a release date on Switch. The Switch platform is to be announced as well. So Switch players can hop in on this. And, you know, it's a kind of experience that would feel good anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's on your, it could be on your Steam Deck. It could be on your PS5. It could be on your Xbox Series. But yeah, definitely portable. Switch is definitely a good shot, a good call. Switch 1, Switch 2, both. It's all good. I see why not. I mean, I don't see why not. But yeah, by developer Soul Blade Studio, that is Thomas Pereira. Publisher Indie.io. A special thanks once again to Stride PR for hooking me up with the PC, the Steam key. I really appreciate it. So if you cats like what you see here, you can also check out the demo. There's a demo on Steam. You don't have to take my word for it. Check it out on Steam. See if the shoe fits. If you like it, then wishlist it. Grab it on release on the 1st of May. That's just in a couple of days. Or you can keep it on your wish list and grab it whenever you see fit. Maybe you're like me who likes to hold out for a really good sale. But yeah, this is good whether you take it on release day or not. I like it. And like I said at the start of the stream, I'm not the greatest retro art style fan. Not even just art style, it's retro style gameplay. I'm not the greatest fan. You know, I had a great time with Ground Zero, which was rocking that old school classic survival horror PS1 Saturn style. I like that as well. But I do prefer more modern experiences generally. But bias aside, this was great. The story is good. The voice acting is acceptable, especially if you like the anime style of acting. You'll love this. Same thing goes for the story. Overall presentation, gameplay mechanics. I like it. I like the art style. I like the visual art style. It's just that it's not the kind of thing that the kind of thing you're going to see a trailer of or a first glimpse or a screenshot and say, hey, I need to see more. That's not me. You know, that's not me at all. There are certain experiences that by a simple screenshot alone, box art, I'll be checking it out. I'll be all over it. This isn't one of them. But again, thanks to Stride PR for bringing this to my attention, because I would have snubbed it. I would have ignored it. And even though Stride PR reached out to me with a key, I wasn't going to snub it, but I was going to just put it in gaming news and leave it right there. Always happy to promote new games, especially indie stuff. I'm an indie advocate. You know, I'm always rooting for the underdogs, always cheering for the unsung heroes. So I love to promote and support indie once it's not indie jank. Because jank is jank, slop is slop, you know, be it indie, AAA, VR, whatever. Jank is jank and slop is slop. But if I see a quality experience, regardless whether it's my preferred style, preferred genre, I'm going to definitely help it out. And that's one thing, you know, that's one of the things I love about what I do, this video game journalism thing, it grants me the opportunity to help others. It's just like my radio show, my radio series, the Sage Projects, every Thursday on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM. It's primarily a show about reggae music. There's a video game section at 4 p.m., but it's 90% reggae music. And the reason why I bring that up is because one of the things about the Sage Projects is it's more about the indie artists, indie musicians, the unsung heroes who are putting in the work and they're putting in their best into their passion. And they'd like to spread the word and share it to the world, but because they're indie and they ain't got a big budget, a marketing budget to pump their stuff and impose it on the masses, sometimes, many times, most times they get overshadowed. So that's not just in music. It's also in video games and a bunch of other things. If you're indie, if you're just starting out, it's like these dues that you're told you have to pay are sometimes really expensive and sometimes they're always out of reach. So, in my limited capacity, I love to help out indie. So I'm happy to shed a spotlight as best as I possibly can, as bright as I possibly can, on good or potentially good indie games. Sometimes I may highlight an indie game that's not that great, but I see the potential and I know what it is to be indie and to start from ground up because I am indie. At 50 years in, I'm still indie. I ain't got no big sponsorships. I ain't got no big partners. I ain't got no big investors. I ain't got nobody laundering money into my shit. There's nothing like that. It's me. It's like 95% a one-man show. So at 50 years in, I know how that feels. I was a musician once myself. I know how it felt to want to hear your music play on the radio. How it felt for the first time for a disc jock to give you a chance to play your music on the radio. And my point for saying this is, it's not because I want to ramble and go on about myself. It's that even if the game ain't great, as long as it's not slop, I see potential. And sometimes your first, your second, your third outing still ain't your best foot. There's still more for you to learn, more improvements. And a lot of us are doing this learning as we go along, sink or swim thing, where lots of people are learning this indie game development thing who never been to some kind of college or somewhere to learn game devs in a classroom, to learn game development in a classroom. Lots of people went to YouTube college. That's the same thing for musicians and a lot of other people. When I published my first novel, my only novel, I did it 100% indie. There were no instructions as to how to write a novel, how to publish a novel, the ups and downs, the do's and the don'ts. I mean, everybody's got an opinion, yeah, but I did it on my own. I published my own book by just reading and learning, trial and error. And people are doing that right now in the indie scene for video games. So if a guy first game out, second, no matter how many games, you hear it's a one-man development team, a two-person development team, a five-person development team. They're small, they ain't got the budget. They're creating this game out of pocket. And they're learning as they go along. And the mistakes that they make, that some YouTubers and content creators and video game journalists are going to bash them for and say, this is garbage. This should never have been released. This is slop. It's mistakes and they're learning from it. Not everybody out there is just looking for a cash cow, a cash grab, quick money, get some AI generated garbage and some assets that have been used a million times before. You just buy some assets and throw some crap together and throw it out on the PSN store and out on Steam and hoping that some suckers will buy it before all the reviews go out to say how bad it is, say you get a quick cash grab. Not everybody's like that. Some indie developers who make shitty games had genuinely good intentions, but they're learning as they go along. Again, my reason for this long spiel, this lecture, is to say that, I give indie a chance. And while this experience in particular, SoulQuest, it's good. It's good. I can't say it was the guy's first game. Maybe it was. Maybe it was because the name of his development company is the name of the game. Right? It's SoulQuest Studios. SoulQuest Studio. So maybe this is his first game. And if it is his first game, really good job. My little peeves with it, like, the button prompts and whatnot, and it's not a problem. It's just observations and certain things I don't like. But if this is his first game, great job. If this is your 10th game, great job. My point is, even if he didn't do a great job, I'm not going to be here making fun of his shit, being cynical, and being mean, because I know, negative thumbnails and cynicism sells. You know what I'm saying? You put a title in your game that I played the worst indie game on Steam, so you didn't have to. Garbage like that, it gets you clicks. I'll do without the clicks before I do that shit. My point is not to do that to people, Give the guys a chance. And I'm always happy to give indie games a chance. You know what I'm saying? There are some games coming out of my home country, Jamaica. And, some of them really aren't that good. But I'm not going to make fun of them. I'm going to understand that. I'm going to completely be aware of the fact that these developers don't have a large budget. They're doing this out of pocket. Lots of them are just solo developers. And they need the strength. Because you can tell the difference between a bad game and shit, where the developer didn't even put an attempt into it. His intentions were to put crap out there and get as much money as possible before the word spread that the game is garbage and it has mostly negative reviews on Steam. As much sales as you can possibly get. And then you put out asset flips, more asset flips, and more asset flips. That's garbage. That's what you call slop. But, a bad game is different. A bad game can be bad for many reasons. Lack of knowledge, lack of experience, lack of finances. So I'm all about giving people a chance once I see that you don't have malicious cash grabbing intentions. Yeah, that's what I'm about. Always rooting for the indie. Always rooting for the underdogs. Always cheering for the unsung heroes. Not the unsung villains. Not the villains. Not the assholes. So yeah, this is another indie game. SoulQuest releases on the 1st of May 2026 on Steam. Coming to Switch someday. By developer Soulblade Studio, that's Thomas Pereira, and publisher Indie.io. Thanks again to Stride PR for hooking a brother up with the Steam key. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you to all my viewers on Twitch, on Trovo Live, and on YouTube. Thanks to the cats who's going to be watching the VOD on YouTube afterwards. I tend to get more viewers over time on my past streams that I actually get live. That's the way it is. I'm okay with that as well. I'm grateful for whatever I get, because everything should be given thanks for. You know what I'm saying? You give thanks for everything, and that's my thing. So yeah, thanks for all who watched and who will be watching. And to my cats in the Caribbean, you can watch the TV series of the Lab Video Game TV on Flow One in 25 Caribbean countries. You can also download the Caribbean's premium streaming app, Stream Blue, to watch on the go. Cats in Ontario, you can listen to the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news every Thursday at 4 p.m. during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM. You can also catch it live anywhere in the world at cjai.ca. And you can follow me in social media. I'm on most of them. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Twitch. That's not social media. I'm on X, Twitter. That's right. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm sure I'm missing some others. I'm on LinkedIn, the grown-ups social media. I love LinkedIn. And if I'm missing any other social media sites, I'm probably on it too. I mean, shit, I even have an account on Tumblr. Yeah, so you can catch me on social media as well. You can do the YouTube, the Trovo Live. Trovo Live, from what I learned, will not be around much longer. I'll miss you, Trovo Live. You were the first platform I've ever streamed on. Never did me any wrong. I like Trovo Live. I get a lot of European viewers on Trovo Live, especially if I stream in the early AM. I find more cats popping up on Trovo Live. I guess that's the time difference. I appreciated Trovo Live. Trovo Live never did me anything wrong. And Trovo Live is also very flexible. I'm sorry that it has to go, but if it has to go, it has to go. Detachment is a superpower. I do not become attached to anything or anyone. Detachment is a superpower. So thanks again to all you cats for watching. I would tell you what I'm going to stream next, but I'm not sure what that's going to be. I've got a bunch of stuff lined up. I didn't plan to stream SoulQuest until yesterday. It was supposed to be doing some stuff for Deep Silver today. The anniversary of Dead Island. And the Dead Island franchise, I'm not certain if the sale is still on, but the Dead Island franchise, Riptide and Dead Island 1 and Dead Island 2, were on sale and probably still is on sale. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. But I was supposed to do some Dead Island, but I had to do this. And I have a bunch of other stuff. I got Keyboard. Keyboard has got new DLC. And I'd like to, give some love to Keyboard as well, because Keyboard Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be pronounced Skyborg, as in cyborg. But whatever, I'll just call it Keyborg for now. Keyborg has the Descent DLC, and I'd like to show that some love as well. SWAT Commander is also a good one. It's a pretty interesting one if you're into stuff like Rainbow Six Siege and SWAT. It's heavily inspired by the actual SWAT game. SWAT Commander is also pretty good. It's got a little bit of that indie jank going on, and I don't mean jank in a bad way, but it's got some issues. But SWAT is still good. It's still good, and I think it's best played in co-op with up to 4 other teammates. SWAT is some pretty good stuff. High on Life 2. I may not stream that, but if you're into High on Life and you're into that kind of comedy, there is High on Life 2, and I did have a pretty good time with Space Control, and I think the humor in High on Life 2 and High on Life Part 1 is along those lines. So yeah, there's that as well. There's a sale probably still on right now for Dark Trip VR Exit Condition 1 and Oldest Golden Treasure, the Trinity Bundle. I'm not certain if that sale is still on MetaQuest, but if it is and you're into escape room style VR experiences, a little bit of horror, then you can hop on to that Trinity Bundle as well. That's Exit Condition 1, Dark Trip, and Oldest Golden Treasure. I created shorts from all 3 of those experiences. If you want to check out those shorts as well, it's on my YouTube in the shorts, on the shorts playlist. But yeah, there's always a bunch of other stuff, I'm grateful to constantly wake up almost every morning, sometimes not on weekends, to new titles in my inboxes being offered to me by developers and publishers. I consider myself quite successful in this video game journalism thing, because while I may not have the hundreds of thousands or the millions of followers and subscribers, I'm supported pretty well. I get by my television series and my presence on social media and on these platforms. They're serving me well. There was a long time in my life where I would spend a lot of my cash on video games. I'd buy a lot of video games every week. In my younger days, spent a lot of money on video games, and I did not only play these games, I've always had a passion for sharing these experiences with others. This is as far back as when I was a kid, in the 80s, in the 90s. Yeah, I'm no spring chicken, I'm saying? You see the gray hairs? I'm 50 years old. I've been in this for a while. And I've invested a lot into video games, not just as a casual player or a collector or even a hardcore player. I have also invested in the sense that I have, quote unquote, given back. I've given back to the gaming industry and the gaming community by becoming a video game journalist. I've been doing the TV series since 2003. Before that, I used to record my gameplay footage on VHS and watch them back. And then I extended it into a television show after watching stuff like Extended Play and Tech TV and all this stuff from back in the days. I invested a lot. I paid a lot of dues, and I've had a TV series running since 2003, and that's how I gave back to the community and the gaming industry to this day. It's been running since 2003 until now, in different forms as well, online and television. So I've given back. I've invested a lot and I've given back, and it feels good to know that even though I don't have the large follower count and subscriber counts, people see what I do and they reach out to me and ask me to feature their games, publishers, developers, indie, AA, AAA, and that feels good. So yeah, I don't really spend that much money on video games anymore. Most 90% are given to me. Sometimes there's titles out there that won't be given to me, and I like them, and I'll buy them on a deep sale. But it feels good to actually give and receive. That's the flow of the universe, my friends. Thank you for joining me here on one more round of Select Live, here on the Lab Video Game TV Live, where our game is never over.
You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.
We hear from a long-time hard-working Jamaican indie developer. Check out Steam's Next Fest's VR lineup and, of course, more indie and VR releases. It's one more round of the Lab Video Game TV. Jamaican independent video game developer Glenn Henry of Sprite Wrench Studios talks to us about the company's origins, current projects, and future plans. It was slim pickings for quality VR releases in Next Fest this time around, and I've got a bunch of new and not so new indie and VR releases to highlight. We're getting ready for more freestyle clips. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact at thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow 1 in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a MetaQuest key for Jet Suit, the unique VR and mixed reality shooter in this episode's Game Key giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com. Download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow, on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and at cjai.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I am the Sage, and you've just entered the Lab.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow 1. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app Stream Blue to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
This episode of the Lab Video Game TV is sponsored by Prism Games.
One very unique VR co-op puzzle adventure is dropping this summer. Arguably, the best VR mech sim is getting a co-op campaign, and a whole bunch more indie and VR releases inbound. It's one more round of the Lab Video Game TV. Damier, Lila, and Ghost takes an innovative approach to puzzles in VR.
Iron Rebellion
is close to its highly anticipated single-player co-op campaign. And we're getting ready for more freestyle clips. You want in? Send your best gameplay clips to contact at thelabvideogametv.com to be featured on Flow 1 in 25 Caribbean countries. Grab a MetaQuest key for Interlocked Puzzle Islands in this episode's Game Key giveaway. Be in the know. Visit the website at thelabvideogametv.com and download the Stream Blue app to watch us on Flow on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio, 101.3 FM and cjai.ca every Thursday at 4 p.m. I'm the Sage, and you've just entered the Lab.
Watch Season 13 of the Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries only on Flow 1. Download the Caribbean's premium streaming app Stream Blue to watch on the go. International video game and esports journalist Wayne Benjamin presents the Lab Video Game TV since 2003. Our game is never over.
You're watching the Lab Video Game TV Live. Our game is never over.